First one, 1 to 11, 21, 31. Any ideas what's happening? Josiah? Adding 10. And it looks like it works. So, Calvion, what are we looking at? Very good. Honey, we got the first one. Outstanding. Next one, 56 to 48. Getting smaller. Trinity minus what? Minus 8. Very good. Just to double check, 48 minus 8 equal 40? Yes, we're good. So, Trinity, 32 minus 8. Then, awesome. And then here, getting bigger from 29 to 36. Bigger by how much? 7. Test it. Does it work for 7? And 7. So, next number in the sequence, Joseph? Then. Awesome. Very good. Let me get all three. Very good. Writing a rule. Because when we have these sequences, we'll be filling in the missing values, missing terms. You're going to write a rule for it. What's a rule? Generally speaking, what's a rule? How would you define what a rule is? Yes, Maddie. How about just like any rule? Any rule. Give me a school rule.
No running in the hallway.
Good. No running in the hallways. Very good. What does that rule mean? When? Ever. Right? Ever. You're right now when you say, you kind of got a little ahead of us, and you said the rule that we need to know that we're going to get these numbers. Is that what you meant? Yeah, okay. Absolutely. So these rules, and a rule is something that's like ironclad. It's like no negotiating. That's the rule. Don't chew gum. No passing notes. Right? Those are rules that we follow very strictly. Right, Sarah? Yes. No talking in class. Right? Let's use an example. Let's use the example they give us. They'll be asking you to finish off the sequence, and then we're going to write a rule. So as I look at the sequence from 2 to 6, now there's two possibilities. I can either be adding 4, or how else could I get to 6 from 2? Times 3. Okay? So let's double check. I could either be multiplying by 3 or adding 4. How do I know for sure? As I test it, 6 times 3 should be 18, not 10. But 6 plus 4 would be 10. So we're pretty safe, right, with adding 4. So now, 14 plus 4, 18, 22, and 26. Good. And we need to come up with a rule. Our rule has to be so good that someone could duplicate that sequence without even seeing it. They could follow our rule and come up with this. So what is the first thing that I wrote up there when I started to write out that sequence? Didn't you have to be paying attention? If you were to rewrite the sequence, what was the first thing you'd be writing? Brandon. 2. Why 2? It's the first one. So start with 2. Get it down. You'll need an example of these rules. If your rule isn't exactly the way it should be, it's not a good rule. It's like if I said, don't chew gum in class sometimes. Would that be a good rule? Well, you'd like it, sure. But you wouldn't really know when sometimes was. Right? So the more clear we can be with the rule, the better the rules are. Start with 2, then what? What are we doing each time? Then add 4 repeatedly. So this is a very important part along with that. And those are the parts that we conveniently decide to leave out of our rules when we try to make them ourselves. We need those. We need to know what we start with, and we need to say repeatedly. Okay? On page 65, number 2. Do the same thing. Page 65, number 2. Do the next 3 numbers in the pattern, then write a rule. Okay? Right now. Yeah. Page 1, 1.4. So we're getting larger, but not by a whole lot, but that doesn't really matter. Still getting larger. So to get from 1 to 1.4, really good idea that we're adding here. How much are we adding each time, Cheyenne? 4/10, right? We're going to add 0.4. Does that work there? Yes, it works there. So 2.2 plus 4/10 is 2.6 plus 4/10. And then, and the rule. Start with 1, then add 4/10 repeatedly. Any questions on this? I think it's something that you might not be able to handle. We're not sure about a certain part. Yeah, question? So here's what we'll do. Your assignment will be worksheet 2-1. We'll start with number 3 and go through 19. Now, I'm going to hand these out to you.